Hello, my name is Kitika Vastuvan and my metric number is 1185. Today I am talk about question 1 from A. Risk identification and analysis. Cyber fraud possesses valuable assets such as customer data, proprietary software, and cloud infrastructure. They face various risks including cyber attacks, insider threats, and accidental data leaks. Outline the key steps for risk identification, focusing on first, asset identification. Asset identification is the first step in the risk management process. It involves recognizing and documenting all valuable resources that need protection. Then, for cyber fraud technologies, the key assets include number 1, customer data, personally identifiable information, financial details, and etc. Number 2, proprietary software, in-house, developed cloud service, application and tool. Number 3, cloud infrastructure, such as servers, storage system, and network devices. Then, employee data, HR records, login credentials, internal communication, and finally intellectual property for business strategies, algorithms, software code, and management process.
My name is Mahalashmi. My metric number is 1094. Risk identification. Risk identification involves recognizing potential events or conditions that could negatively affect the confidentiality, integrity, or availability of an organization's information assets. This process is critical in helping organizations like cyber fraud technologies anticipate issues before they occur and develop strategies to mitigate them effectively. For cyber fraud technologies, some key risks include, first one is cyber attacks such as malware, phishing, or denial of service attacks. Second, insider threats, employees misusing access privilege either intentionally or unintentionally. Next, accidental data leaks due to poor security practices such as misconfigured servers or unsecured data sharing. Fourth, unauthorized access, hackers exploiting weak access control. Last one is system downtime, outages that affect data availability and client services.
My name is Dachaini. My metric number is 1199. C. Threat identification. Definition. Threat identification involves recognizing potential sources of harm or events that could exploit weakness in the organization and cause damage to assets. Key step for threat identification and cyber fraud technologies. Analyze asset exposure, review how customer data, proprietary software, and cloud infrastructure are stored, accessed, and transmitted to understand where threat may arise. 2. List common threat types. External threats, cyber attacks such as malware, phishing, ransomware, and DDoS attack targeting cloud system. Internal threats, disgruntled employee or accidental insider action leading to data leaks. Environmental threats, natural disaster or power outages affecting cloud infrastructure. Human threats, social engineering, careless mistake or lack of cybersecurity awareness. Third, use threat intelligence, collect information from security records, industry databases, or past incidents to identify threats relevant to the cloud service industry. Fourth, prioritize based on likelihood and impact, determine which threats are most likely to occur and which will have the most severe impact on the business continuity and reputation.
My name is Usapasa Nampuavirat. My metric number is 10DIT24F 1154. For question 1D, vulnerability identification. So the definition is vulnerability identification is the process of detecting weakness within the organization system, processes, or security posture that could be exploited by threat. Key step for vulnerability identification at cyber fraud technologies is the first one is conduct system assessment, review infrastructure for outdated software, weak authentication mechanism, and unpatched system. Second is audit security policies and procedure, identify gaps in access control, data encryption, and accident response protocol. Third is evaluate employee practice. Check for poor password hygiene, lack of cybersecurity training, or failure to follow security protocol. So the fourth is perform penetration testing. Simulate real-world attack to discover exploitable flaw in the network, application, and endpoint. So the last point is analysis past incident. Use log and breach report to identify previously exploited vulnerabilities and areas needing improvement.
So for portion 2, Cyberfraud needs to implement a methodology that ensures the security, availability, and integrity of its systems and data. So the question is, explain the information assurance methodology. First, risk management, identifying and mitigating risk to information assets. Second, policy development, establishing guidelines and procedures to protect data. Next, security control implementation, applying technical, physical, and administrative safeguards. Fourth is monitoring and auditing, continuously observing system for suspicious activity or vulnerabilities. Fifth, incident response and recovery, preparing and reacting to security breaches or failures. Last one is continuous improvement, using feedback and assessments to strengthen security over time.
And question 2b. Identify and explain the 5 pillars of information assurance and how they apply to cyber fraud case. Number 1. Confidentiality is ensure sensitive customer data is only accessible to authorized personnel. Cyber fraud must use encryption and strict access control to protect customers' information from future leaks. Number 2. Integrity, which is maintains the accuracy and completeness of data. Cyber fraud should use hashing and digital signature to prevent unauthorized changes to data. Number 3. Availability is ensures data and services are accessible when needed. Cyber fraud can implement redundancy and backup system to keep their cloud services operational, especially during attacks. Number 4. Authentication, which is verify the identity of user and system. Cyber fraud must enforce strong password policies and multi-factor authentication for all users. And finally, non-repetition prevents the initial of action taken by user like sending a message or making changes. Cyber fraud should maintain secure locks and use digital signature to track user activity. That's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Rashwini and my metric number is 1029. So for C, the question is, describe how the plan do check act, that is PDCA model, can be used to ensure continuous improvement in their risk management process. The first one, plan. So identify and assess security risks to customer data and IT infrastructure. Second, set clear objectives such as improving access control, reducing data leak risk, and complying with regulations. The third one, design security policies and controls such as implementing multi-factor authentication, encryption, and regular security training. So the second one, do. Put the planned security measures into action and update system, install security patches, conduct employee training, and apply the new access control and policies. Last, launch a formal incident response process to deal with potential future breaches. For the third one, check, monitor, and audit the effectiveness of the control and procedures. Second, review system logs, conduct vulnerability scans, and evaluate whether incidents are being reduced. In addition, check compliance with standards such as PDPA and internal policies. The last one of PDCA, act. Use the audit result to improve the system, fix any weaknesses found during the checks, update policies, and refine procedures. So the last one for act is repeat the cycle to continue strengthening cybersecurity. That's all from us. Thank you.